All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Elysium 2013. This is going to be another redo of a movie review that I did years ago that got censored by the AI bots at YouTube. My video was taken down once again for medical misinformation, which is the only reason why YouTube censors my channel. They don't put strikes on my channel, threaten to shut down my channel for weeks on end until I figure out how to upload my videos onto Rumble. They just say, you weren't aware of this policy at the time, so we're just going to take down your video. And if you don't like it and you try to appeal, then too bad. We're going to reject your appeal anyway. So there you have it, YouTube censorship. And I put up with this crap. Well, it's coming down to the wire. My agreement to leave this place with the greedy redeveloper is falling apart fast. The owners only have 2 days left to sign it. He's going to pull out. The plot thickens by the day. Anyways, Elysium movie poster just says Matt Damon, Jodie Foster. Elysium from the director of District 9. Now, District 9 was a very good movie. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought it was excellent. The two follow-ups, Elysium and Chapey, are not very good. I don't remember what I rated this, but I know that it really irritated me that it was woke in nature, that healthcare is a right, the ends justify the means. You could break into somebody's house and steal their fancy healthcare recovery machine. If you're really sick and you need it, then go ahead and destroy property and steal somebody's healthcare, because healthcare is a right. Elysium is a 2013 U.S. dystopian science fiction action film written, produced, and directed by Neill Blomkamp of District 19 and Chappie fame. I forgot to give him credit for the writing and production credits. It was Blomkamp's second directorial effort. The film stars Matt Damon and Jodie Foster alongside Sharito Copley, who did such a great job in District 9. Alice Braga, Dioga Luna, Wagner Mora, William Edward Fitchner. The film takes place on both a ravaged Earth and a luxurious artificial world. Stanford tourist design called Elysium. The film itself offers deliberate social commentary that explores political and sociological themes such as immigration, overpopulation, transhumanism, healthcare, worker exploitation, the justice system, technology, and social class issues. The film was released on August 9th, 2013 by Sony Pictures Releasing through the TriStar Pictures label in both conventional and IMAX digital theaters. It received positive reviews, but critics considered it to be disappointed after Blomkamp's first film, District 9. It grossed $286 million and was released on DVD and Blu-ray on December 17, 2013. All right. Produced by TriStar Pictures Media Rights Capital, QED International, Alpha Core, and Kinberg Genre. Distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. Release dates August 7th, 2013 in Taiwan and August 9th, 2013 in the US. Running time 109 minutes too long. Country US. Language English. Budget 115 million. Box office 286.1 million. So it did double its box office compared to the budget. Well, box office to budget is double. Let's just put it that way. In 2,154, Earth is overpopulated, diseased, and heavily polluted from ecocide. Wow. Where have I seen that tired old cliche before? I don't remember what rating I gave this one, but it couldn't have been higher than 3 out of 5, I think. The planet's citizens live in extreme poverty, while the rich and powerful live on Elysium, an orbiting space station just outside of Earth's atmosphere, with luxuries including med bays, medical devices that can heal any disease or condition. Spider, a hacker living in Los Angeles, runs a space shuttle operation to smuggle people into Elysium. Elysium Defense Secretary Delacourt, played by Jodie Foster, is in charge of preventing illegal entry to Elysium. After shooting down Spider's space shuttles by Kruger, Elysium President Patel reprimands Delacourt for her unorthodox methods, threatening to discharge her position for any more actions unless she dismisses Kruger. In retaliation, Delacourt offers Armadine Corp CEO John Carlyle defense contracts for life if he creates a program that will allow Delacourt to conduct a coup and install herself as president. Carlyle writes the program and stores it inside his brain. On Earth, parolee Max DaCosta works for Armadine Corp when he is accidentally exposed to a lethal dose of radiation. He is only given medication for the side effects, and he's told he has 5 days to live after being fired by Carlyle. Max and his friend Julio approach Spider to bargain. If Max successfully steals information from the Elysium citizen, Spider will give Max a shuttle ride to Elysium to use a med bay to cure his condition. Max demands that the target be his former boss, Carlyle. Due to his declining health, Spider provides Max with a powerful exoskeleton via surgery. Max and Julio shoot down Carlyle's shuttle to Elysium. Carlyle is fatally injured in a shootout against his security robots. Max and Julio successfully extract the program from his brain, but the data becomes unexpectedly scrambled, locked behind a security program. Delacourt sends Kruger and his Black Ops team to retrieve it. Kruger kills Julio, but an injured Max escapes with a copy of the program, while Carlyle's death destroys any possibility of further retrieval from his brain. Max seeks help from his childhood friend and nurse, Frey, who patches him up. Max goes to Spider, and Max realizes that the data in Max's head is a program that can reboot the entire Elysium mainframe. Delacourt locks down all flights up to Elysium, leaving Spider unable to take Max. Max angrily leaves, though not before Spider discreetly places a tracking device on him. After Kruger kidnaps Frey and his daughter, is that Free or Fry? I don't know. Max approaches him and Max offers him the data for the use of the medbay. Kruger accepts and Delacourt lifts the lockdown so that the group can travel to Elysium. During the fight, Kruger and Max fight over the data. During the flight, Kruger and Max fight over the data, and a grenade explodes in Kruger's face, damaging the ship. The ship then crashes on Elysium. Max is arrested and taken to Delacourt, who orders the team to extract the data. Max escapes and heads to the armory to save Fry, who has been turned over to Kruger's men. Kruger is revived by Medbay and confronted by Delacourt, whom he fatally wounds. He orders his men to start killing the politicians on the station while he dons a more advanced exoskeleton suit to hunt down Max, planning to initiate the protocol himself. Spider lands on Elysium and finds Max. Max wants Spider to have his men protect Fry and get her daughter to a medbay for the data. What a nice guy. He's going to steal somebody's medbay. They reach the computer core where they are confronted by Kruger. Max and Kruger engage in combat, which ends with Max managing to disable Kruger's connection to his suit. Kruger responds by attempting to kill them both with a grenade, but Max throws him over the ledge as the grenade explodes, killing Kruger. Spider connects Max to the computer, but the data transfer will kill Max if he downloads it. Max says his goodbyes to Fry and initiates the download, killing him. The Elysium computer reboots, allowing Fry to heal her daughter. The robot police arrive, but cannot arrest Spider, as everyone on Earth is now considered a citizen of Elysium. Elysium was produced by Bill Block, Neill Blomkamp, and Simon Kinberg, and it was written and directed by Neill Blomkamp, the director and co-writer of District 9 from 2009. He reunites Blomkamp with some of his District 9 crew, such as editor Julian Clark, production designer Philip Ivey, cinematographer Trent Opaloch, and actor Sharito Copley. I think I spelled his name wrong. Playing one of the film's antagonists. Elysium is a co-production of TriStar Pictures and MRC. Although the film's story is set in 2154, Blomkamp has stated that it is a comment on the contemporary human condition. Oh, of course. Let's not wait that long. The whole planet's going to die by 2030. Everybody wants to ask me lately about my predictions for the future, the director has said. No. This isn't science fiction. This is today. This is now. In January 2011, independent studio Media Rights Capital met with major studios to distribute Elysium, and Blomkamp shared art designs of his proposed science fiction film. The art designs won over the executives at Sony Pictures, who bought the film after making a more attractive offer than the other studios. The main role was first offered to Watkin Tudor Jones, a South African rapper who, despite being a fan of District 9 and having a D9 tattoo on his inner lip, did not take the role. The role was then offered to rapper Eminem, but he wanted the film to be shot in Detroit. That was not an option for the two studios, and so Blomkamp moved on to Damon as his next choice. With a production budget of $115 million, production began in July 2011. The film's earthbound scenes were shot in a dump in a poor Iztapalapa districts on the outskirts of Mexico City. The scenes for Elysium were shot in Vancouver and the wealthy Huixquilucan Interlomas suburbs of Mexico City. Matt Damon shaved his head for the role of Max. Reshoots took place in October 2012. Futuristic designs were executed by Philip Ivey after long periods of researching and studying older science fiction films. Ivey had continuously cited Syed Mead as a substantial influence for the film. Weta Workshop created the exosuits for Damon and Copley's characters, while the complicated visual effects were handled primarily by Image Engine, who also collaborated on District 9, with additional work by Whiskey Tree MPC, the Embassy, and Industrial Light and Magic. Some of the software that was used for the visual effects were Autodesk Soft Image. The film's musical score was composed by newcomer Ryan Amon and recorded at Abbey Road Studios with the Philharmonia Orchestra. The soundtrack was released on August 6, 2013. In October 2013, a lawsuit was filed by Steve Wilson Briggs, accusing the producers of copyright infringement, claiming he wrote the screenplay that was substantially similar to the movie. Several months after filing a lawsuit, he registered his screenplay with the U.S. Copyright Office to file an infringement complaint. On October 3rd, 2014, the U.S. District Court of Northern District of California found in favor of the film's producers. When the film was first released, Sony intended to release it in late 2012. It later set an official release date for March 8, 2013, before moving 1 week earlier to prevent competing against Oz the Great and Powerful. In October 2012, Sony then announced they had pushed back the release date to August 9th, 2013. In April 2013, Sony also announced that the film would be specifically reformatted for IMAX theaters. By that time, 2 theatrical trailers and TV spot had already been showcased. Elysium was originally released on DVD and Blu-ray on December 17, 2013, and it was later released on Ultra HD Blu-ray on February 9, 2021 by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. Monkey Shines. Karanu is in the chat room. I have not seen Monkey Shines, but I will certainly add it to my list of movies to watch 27 years from now if I don't already have it on there. Elysium grossed $93.1 million in North America and $193.1 million in other territories, for a worldwide total of $286.1 million against a production budget of less than half, $115 million. It made a net profit of $18 million when factoring together all expenses and revenues for the film. All right, so it wasn't much of a profit after all. I stand corrected. The film's opened on August 9, 2013, and it grossed $11.1 million on its opening day, ranking number one. It proceeded to rank number one for the weekend, grossing $29.8 million. The review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes gives the film an approval rating of 65% based on 262 reviews and an average rating of 6.5 out of 10, which sounds about right. I may have given it a 3 out of 5. I can't remember. The site's critical consensus reads, after heady sci-fi thrills of District 9, Elysium is a bit of a come down. Yeah, you could say that. It's quite a come down for director Neill Blomkamp, but on its own terms, it delivers just enough to satisfy. I don't know about that. I didn't like the Jodie Foster character at all. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 61 out of 100 based on 47 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of B on an A+ to F scale. In February 2015, while promoting his newest film, Chapey, another letdown, director Neill Blomkamp expressed some regrets regarding Elysium, commenting, I feel like I effed it up. I feel like ultimately the story is not the right story. I still think the satirical idea of a ring filled with rich people hovering above the impoverished earth is an awesome idea. I don't think that's an awesome idea. I love it so much, I almost want to go back and do it correctly. Yeah, that's like fine-tuning a Ford Pinto. But if I just think the script wasn't, I just didn't make enough film is exactly what it is. I feel like I executed all the stuff that could be executed, like costume and set design and special effects very well. But ultimately, it was all resting on the somewhat not totally formed skeletal system. So the script just wasn't there. The story wasn't fully there. So you forced us to sit through almost 2 hours of social commentary and you're calling it a science fiction movie because what? In a research article entitled Elysium as a Critical Dystopia, Tanner Merles and Isabel Peterson argue that Elysium communicates a critical dystopia that illuminates and interrogates present-day global capitalism's worst social, political, ecological, and technological conditions, but shows them being resisted and changed for the better. Oh, so we have some Marxists overturning the evil white male swine of a capitalist pig. But in this case, it's not male, it's female. It's Jodie Foster. All right. Oh, you recommended it to me 10 years ago. Karanu. Do I have it on my list? How could it be 10 years ago? My list isn't that prolific. I think this is the Japanese guy, right? Karanu? remember this guy just appeared out of nowhere in my chat room, and he's been watching my channel for 10 years. Kind of in the shadows, I guess. All right, Elysium, 2013, rated R, an hour 49 minutes, way too long, almost 2 hours of torture. Unless you're into class warfare, I thought the Marxists kind of gave up on that, and now they're into gender identity. All right. So it gets a 6.6 out of 10, which is somewhat high. 476,000 ratings. It's 1,998 on the popularity list for IMDb, and it's up 102. Lame stream. We have a lame stream here, film here, ladies and gentlemen. Karanu loves my list. Do you love it so much that you want to marry it? Sorry, bad joke. Sorry, Karanu. The file can't be opened because I'm offline? What? Come on, I'm trying to double click on my movies list. There it goes. Now it opens 3 times. Sorry, my computer is misbehaving. All right, so I've got my movies list. Shall I wait for it to download? I don't know why my Wi-Fi is so slow. All right. In the year 2154, the very wealthy lived on a man-made space station while the rest of the population resides on a ruined Earth. A man takes on a mission that could bring equality to the polarized world. So under socialism, everybody is equally miserable. That's what Winston Churchill said. Okay, more like this. Chappie, another disappointing movie, District 9, which is a great movie, gets a whopping 7.9 out of 10, District 9. Leaves the other 2 movies, Chappie and Elysium, in the dust. Then you've got Tom Cruise, Oblivion, and I, Robot, Will Smith. All right. Let's see if I can pull up my movie list here. And we'll see if Monkey Shines is on there. Kuranu says, I will marry that list right now. Oh, yeah? There's not enough pinko Japanese films on here. We love pinko Japanese films on this channel. What's that Japanese movie where they where this guy invents some kind of drug that makes people eat themselves? I think Garbage Can Film Man did a kind of video on it. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, though. All right, this movie list is taking way too long to download. Mainly because I'm on the Elysium page and I have to wait for this thing to download. All right. In the year 2154, two classes of people exist. Very wealthy who live on a pristine man-made space station called Elysium, and the rest who live on an overpopulated ruined Earth. Gee, where have I seen that cliche before? Secretary Delacourt, a government official, will stop at nothing to enforce anti-immigration laws and preserve the luxurious lifestyle of the citizens of Elysium. That doesn't stop the people of Earth from trying to get in by any means they can. When unlucky Max is backed into a corner, he agrees to take on a daunting mission that is, if successful, not only save his life, but could bring equality to these polarized worlds. Yeah, everybody's equally miserable. Rated R for strong bloody violence and language throughout. Sharito Copley presented him an U.S., an Eastern European, and a British version of Kruger to Neill Blomkamp before they agreed that Kruger would be from their home country, South Africa, and speak with an accent of a very specific area of Johannesburg. Accordingly, Kruger's men are played by fellow South Africans Brandon Auret, who also appeared in Blomkamp's movie District 9, 2009, with Copley and Josh Blacker. They all incorporate numerous African slang words into their dialogue, e.g. Boet, an informal derivative brother, and Bookie, meaning little boy, and Lekker, a slang for approval. When Max and Julio's car is attacked by a delayed detonation RPGs launched from Kruger's ship, the attack angle and detonation are contradictory to the laws of physics. Since Max and Julio were traveling backwards, the explosive force of the two devices would have lifted the car from the front end backwards, not the rear end forwards, as shown. Here are some quotes from the android police officer referring to Max's backpack. What's in the bag? Max, with his head is shaved bald. Hair products, mostly. In the soundtrack, part of the end titles, it says Piano Concerto No. 8 in C minor. Pathetic. Addio Cantabile, written by Ludwig van Beethoven. L.V. Beethoven wrote only 5 piano concertos. His 8th piano sonata is titled Pathetic, however. All right. Featured in Reel's channel specials, Richard Rober's Red Hot Summer from 2013. Soundtracks Ghost by Lom as Marcos Ortega, performed by Long, and courtesy of Ninja Tune Limited. Okay, here's a very flattering review by Norbert Plan, 618-715813, dated May 27, 2022. More recent review. This Norbert Plan guy or gal is giving it a 7 out of 10, which is quite high. That's District 9 territory. The title of the review on IMDb is Very Nice Dystopia, Above Average. Yeah, barely. Good surprise that this Elysium, after the promising District 9, Neil Blomkamp confirms his know-how in the framework of a U.S. blockbuster. Here is still at work an interesting subject with contemporary resonances. The film is also beautiful, whether it's shots of Earth with a devastated megacity or poverty and assembly line work reigns. Shots of Elysium, the space station for the rich who live in a sanitized world filled with greenery where there's no more disease and who exploit the poor earthlings for their profit. Sound familiar? Yeah, it sounds like Marxism. The subject is not original and has been treated many times. Tell me about it. But here, the production benefits from the latest digital techniques. On this level, the film is a success, and the direction of the actors is also very good. Matt Damon is very good. Sharito Copley is still impressive in a crazy role. Good surprise, then, that this dystopia is far above average of the basic science fiction super production. I also include superhero movies as science fiction. Is this really science fiction or is it just somebody's political opinion? How could a simple text file take more than 2 seconds to download? I will watch 80s movies for the rest of my life. Sounds good to me. I'm more into the 70s, though, personally. I'm still trying to figure out who this Carano guy is. Did you change your handle name over the years? I know you changed your avatar because I don't recognize it. All right. So I'm on my movies list. Let's see if I can download this again. I already told you what the next 3 movies are. I'm not going to go through that again. All right. I think I can do this. I just have to stay on the same page, wait for it to download. Well, maybe not. I'm still waiting. Here we go. Monkey. That took forever. I've got the Monkey Hustle from 1976, but no monkey shines. It's not a text file, it's a Google Sheets file. I'm on Google Spreadsheets. But I will look up Monkey Shines, see if it's on YouTube, Tubi, or Netflix, or not Netflix, but Amazon Prime. And I will add it to the bottom of my list for watching and reviewing 27 years from now. Are both of us going to be alive 27 years from now when Social Security and Medicare are bankrupt? Well, only time will tell. It's a fantastic, cheesy movie by George Romero, possibly his worst but best movie. All right. Sounds like my kind of movie. Thanks for the recommendation or the re-recommendation. I couldn't find it on Netflix or YouTube for free back 10 years ago or whenever it was. You've been on my channel for 10 years? I think I started my channel 13 years ago. Cool. I've got a long-term fan that I didn't even know was still around until today. Cool. Laters.